Well, welcome to the session on best practices during live events. These are going to be some things you may want to be aware of for your next live event. How to remove somebody from a live session, how to add somebody to a session once a session's in play. We'll also discuss how you could rejoin a session as an instructor for a session you've already started. And you have a 24-hour window to do this. The last thing I'm going to show you is how you can easily, in most of the sessions, switch from team mode to participant mode to leaderboard mode. Let's get started. I've actually already added a bunch of simulated players. So if you go up to the gear wheel and we go down to view all participants, we're going to see everybody that's been entered in this session. Let's say I want William, he joined the wrong team, or William, we're already in play, and keep in mind, if you're playing in teams, any unanswered question will count against that team. If you can, during a live event, especially if it's a high stakes event, and you want to remove somebody who has left the session, just simply click on their name and you can remove them. Now, it's not to say William can't join again, because William can do that at any time. I'm going to go ahead and remove William. So the second part I want to talk about, let's say you have a late attendee who wants to join the session after a session's in play. Well, you can go down here, click on it. You can actually show the QR code, or they can just go ahead and go to the bravozone.us. This happens to be our play box, so just ignore the dev dot. So bravozone.us, and here's my unique ID for my session. So what would happen is then, I have a late attendee. They're going to enter my unique ID, join, enter their name, start, and they're going to join a team. Now, what I'm going to do is take this off play, and if we go over here, view all participants, we're going to see down here at the bottom, John Smith has been added. If a person's smart device freezes up, or if they get kicked out for whatever reason of a session, all they need to do in most cases is just refresh their screen. Worst case scenario is you just remove them from the session and then have them re-enter. The scores will still be collected. Another thing I want to point out here, you can always click on the advanced button here by clicking on the button down here on the right. But if you want to, on your keyboard, use the right arrow and that will advance to the next slide. Now over here, you'll see all the users. Since I'm using simulated players, those simulated players got added pretty quickly. But you'll see here, John still has not answered. So if you go over here and you hover over the blue box, it will tell you who needs to answer. So I want to make sure John answers his question. And you notice it goes up to full gear. Now keep in mind, John can change his answer at any time up until the point you advance the slide. So if John wants to change his answer, he can certainly do that. Once you advance, I'm going to use the keyboard shortcut. Now the sessions are locked in. At any time, you can redo a question. Now, sometimes you may want to do this, like maybe you want to re-explain the question or there's some confusion. If you want to do that, just go ahead and click. Now you see over here, people are answering. As they answer, they will disappear. John Smith needs to answer again. And again, shortcut and advance. Another thing that could happen is if you ever accidentally close your browser or you have an internet issue and you can't make a connection for, let's say, 5 minutes or an hour, the session will, within 24 hours, will always take you where you left off. When I rejoin the session, I'm going to get an option. Do I want to rejoin or end the session? So if I want to rejoin an existing session that's been in play, just click on rejoin. But up until the point that you've completed a session or you've actually formally ended a session, you can always go back within 24 hours and continue where you left off. And one other thing I want to point out here during live play, I'm going to close out this question. So now we've advanced. I can go up here to Teams and view leaderboard. I can view participants. And whatever you choose, that's where it's going to stay. I can go back to Teams. If I want to, I can even minimize this to make my screen larger. So you have a lot of options during a live play in which you can do with the session. As always, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to us at support@c3softworks.com.